Well, that comes as U.S. and Arab mediators are still trying to get a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas back on track. Israeli forces resumed the war in Gaza last week with a surprise wave of deadly airstrikes. Another 24 people were killed overnight. Among the dead, an Al Jazeera journalist that fellow reporters say was directly targeted because of his work. We're going to talk about all of this now with our Jerusalem correspondent, Noga Tarnopolsky, who joins me now live from there. Noga, first of all, what more can you tell us about these latest strikes on Gaza?
The latest strikes are really expanding. And so while we're not yet in a full-blown war with a vast ground operation, the Israeli actions in Gaza are now in the south, where Rafah, the area of Rafah is completely besieged, and in the north, Beit Lahia, Beit Hanun, Jabalia. The Israeli army has issued warnings in the last 24 hours ordering all Palestinian civilians to leave those areas and again go on foot, only on foot, to humanitarian zones. So it's not a full-blown war. All of the Israeli reserves have not yet been called up, but it is expanding rapidly. And because, as you just mentioned, it is only Americans and Arab nations currently negotiating for an end to this war or even for a ceasefire, Israel doesn't seem part of any plans that could bring this conflict to an end at this moment.
Now, this comes, of course, as there have been some massive protests there today outside the Israeli parliament in Jerusalem. Tell us a bit more about those.
Yes, there are vast protests today. The police has gotten very, very rough with these protesters today. There are a number of issues. They're protesting to end the war. They're protesting to bring all the hostages back. The 59 Israeli hostages still being held by Hamas and therefore under Israeli bombardment right now seem to have been completely forgotten in the public discourse as we hear it from politicians in Israel. So they're families of hostages. Today, specifically, the Netanyahu government passed its 2025 budget, which more or less ensures it will be able to keep ruling through the end of 2026. And this was the #1 aim of Prime Minister Netanyahu in every step he's taken in recent weeks, including the return to war, which brought back close to him several of his most extremist ministers who either had left his coalition during the ceasefire or were threatening to. He has succeeded in getting that budget through and in ensuring his continued hold on power for now.
Noga, also today, the Palestinian documentary director and Oscar winner Hamdan Balal spent the night in jail after he was attacked and beaten by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank. What's the latest on his situation at the moment?
That's right. I've made every effort to get reactions from Israel police, who are officially the ones holding him. I was just told that he is being interrogated in a West Bank police station. His attorney, Leah Tzemel, says that he was held in an IDF prison all night long, that he was shackled and beaten by IDF soldiers. I have similarly asked the IDF spokesperson to please comment on the lawyer's claims and have not gotten any reaction back. What the army accused him of yesterday before arresting him was of being part, quote, of a group of terrorists who were throwing stones at IDF forces. However, the videos that have been released, including videos by neighbors and friends of him, seem to show something completely different, which is Jewish West Bank settlers throwing rocks at Palestinian civilians, and then IDF soldiers, it's unclear, either joining in with the West Bank settlers' violence against Palestinians or not acting to stop it.